My name is Lucky Two Tears Morales. I'm a Barrio activist. I am protesting the mistreatment of our raza in the security max institutions and the SHU security housing units. So I'm right here basically being a voice for them on the outside, making the community aware of what's going on the inside of so-called SHU program and how the inmates are being subjected to the conditions that are basically that of for an animal. You know, how they're not allowed to shower for weeks on end, no exercise. Basically, just out here trying to fight for their rights, trying to be their voice on the outside. Seeing the Chicano on Chicano gang violence and being a person who doesn't care too much for a raza killing each other over street signs stuck in cement or some little territory that they cannot buy, sell, nor own. Murdering each other in record numbers for that reason. It was ridiculous to me. So that's when I decided to take a stand and walk on November the 4th of 1996. The Unity Walk was my weekly walk that I would do to prevent Chicano on Chicano gang violence throughout San Diego and beyond. I've been doing that every Sunday for 17 years, and I ended the walk on November the 3rd, 2013, because there's peace in the barrios. It's done. So there's enough peace in our neighborhoods to basically call the walk off and start doing something else. I grew up in a drug family. We were like the number one dopers on the block in our neighborhood. Had 4 sisters. One of my sisters got heavily into the gang. So her being in the gang, being part of the whole gang life, we became very close to her homeboys, and I was seeing her homeboys either die or go to prison or end up physically impaired, in a wheelchair or something like that. And to me, it was like over nonsense. So basically, but that was back when I was a teenager. So I've been part of the Chicano movement since I was about 17 years old. I've walked with like 20, 30 heads before, but since I was a founder of this walk, I stayed consistent, even though most Sundays I'd be walking by myself. It was something that I founded, so I had to keep it alive. I had to keep it going until I decided that it was finished. I had to be consistent. I had to make sure that they were getting the message. And my consistency allowed them to appreciate what I was doing as an activist. They saw that I was consistent. They saw that I was into prevention before it happened. And they appreciated that. All the gang members from the different neighborhoods showed a lot of respect and never had any problems with any of the hardcore gangs. The gangs respected the walk and its message, its purpose. So violence gone down dramatically. Drive-by shootings and gang banging, stabbings, jumpings, different types of violent gang type crime had dropped. And I would get hit up by the homeboys, and they would tell me, it's because of you, because you come through our neighborhoods and you remind us that we need to respect each other no matter what barrio we're from. We're all Mexican. We need to respect each other. Basically, that's my, that's my stilo, man. Chicano activism. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA, and I, just go from one phase to another. Like maybe when this is done, I'll probably do something else that has to do with raza. It has to do with helping our raza, or doing what we can. Raza is our people, the Mexican people that are on this side of the imaginary line. With all these new like shopping centers and condos and all this stuff coming up in the barrio, to be honest with you, what I see them doing is I see them trying to move the raza out of there and move upper middle class people into our neighborhoods because of the ballpark and everything that's happening downtown, with the beautification of the downtown area, with the ballpark, the gas lamp, and everything. What they want to do is they want to start building these nice houses and condos and refurbishing some of these old homes in the Logan Heights area and moving the raza out, pushing us like towards the more high crime areas like City Heights and East San Diego and stuff, and move their so-called class of people in. I have a lot of respect for our raza that wants to stay traditional and keep hang on to our traditions, like Mexican Day of the Dead celebrations and the different things that we got going on that we have brought with us here or always been here. And, I think we're like almost like the last of the people that are not really, being too mainstream, like the Native Americans. We try to hang on to what we have. We don't want to walk around like robots doing all the same thing as everybody else.